Hello everyone, welcome back to another theatre vlog. Today I'm in Birmingham and I'm here to see the press night of the UK tour of Matilda here in Birmingham. Very excited, hence why I've got some plats in. Oh, did you see that bug just hit me in the face? It's very warm in London. Not London, we're not in London, we're in Birmingham. It's very warm in the UK right now. We're having a bit of a heat wave, so hence the shininess, hence the clammy look. I'm just rolling with it because what can you do? It's just hot. But I'm very excited to be in Birmingham today. The lovely PR team invited me to come see the show and I'm just going to lean here so that's comfy. I was trying to get the nice sign in the back, but what can you do? I love Matilda, it's one of my favourite shows. I saw the UK tour in Leicester back in March, but I'm very excited to see it again. I'm really excited to see the cast again, and especially with a show like Matilda, I mentioned this in the last vlog, it's really interesting seeing it on tour because they're having quite a few things that they need to change to adapt to the tour. So I'm really excited to see all those changes again and really kind of take them in a bit more. There's a little drinks reception. I can't talk, it's too warm. There's a drinks reception happening before the show, so I'm about to head round to there. Hopefully see my friend Amy, who works here, if you don't know, have a couple of drinks and go through and see the show. And I really hope they've got the air conditioning on very high.
So Matilda's travelled all around the world. She's been to 60 different cities, but as a show that started in the Midlands at the RSC, of course, in Stratford, it's fantastic to have her back in the Midlands for the first time. Whereas someone said that I had to say, Matilda's coming home. They said you'd laugh, and I said, I don't even know what we're talking about, but I'm not talking about. Anyway, she's here for the whole of summer up until the 9th of September. It's not just that 150,000 people are going to see Matilda here in the theatre. We have a whole host of wraparound activity in schools and in communities and here in the building that I think will mean that the impact of having Matilda here is much further and much wider than just the show on stage. We also have an exhibition of Roald Dahl book covers in the building that you'll see on the way to your seats later, and they're really quite fascinating because you see how different, they're from all around the world, how different countries have interpreted different book covers differently. The Russian ones are completely dark. They're really quite brutal. But back to Matilda. It's won 85 international awards, been seen by more than 8 million people worldwide. We're going to make that number 150,000 bigger.
I'm now here with Amy, who is tanned beyond belief. So jealous. What's the name of this room again? Studio 5. Studio 5, which is nice and busy and decked out in wonderful Matilda decorations. So well done.
It's basically a birthday party.
It really is. It's amazing, and I'm obsessed with the square balloons, especially. There are cupcakes which I probably will take down to eat in the auditorium because
good idea.
I feel like it's like Titanic all over again.
It's one to eat in the dark.
Yeah, like it's going to be embarrassing if I try and eat it up here. Some lovely cocktails as well, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, so kids and adults can enjoy. Yeah. Yeah, good. Just on holiday.
Matilda madness.
Yeah.
Like right back from holiday to Matilda madness.
Straight into Matilda.
It's all good fun and it'll be great. Long summer. Oh,
Yeah. Matilda's here until the 8th of September. So if you're...
You know more than me.
I just saw it on the board over there. So if you're in Birmingham or if you're local, then you must come and stop by. Sounds like someone just dropped something. I just had some fun photos taken on the Matilda board as well, so thank you for taking those.
I tried.
We love a good Matilda pose, that's always fun. And I'm actually really excited to go into the auditorium because I'm hoping it's going to be cooler.
It will, I promise. I'll pour water on you.
Oh my god, no, that's not going to be cute. And I'm really excited for the show again, so got an amazing seat. I'm on row D, seat 34, so I'm on the aisle. Leg room, the view is amazing, nice and close, and I am bloody excited to see the show again. The set fits perfectly here as well. When I saw it at the Leicester Curve, there was a bit more space around the stage, but here it's like, it fits perfectly, and yeah, I'm so excited to see this again. Yeah. It is the interval of Matilda. I've just filmed a little, I don't know what it's for actually, like a little press thing for the Birmingham Hippodrome maybe. Who knows, my face might appear somewhere. I just said like some bits about the show that I love. Obviously I'm very happy to be in front of a camera, so that was fun. Oh my god, this show, I just love it so much. I know I say that in every single vlog, but I really do. I think it's great fun, and I've got an amazing seat as well, which is great. I'm on the 4th row of the stalls. Really fantastic view. I haven't seen Matilda like this close up in a while actually. Normally if I see the show in London, I'm kind of at the back. And when I last saw the tour, I was at like 3/4 of the way back in the stalls. So it's really nice to be up close and see all the details. There are some things that I've actually never noticed in the show, like in the Wormwood Motors scene, Motors is spelled incorrectly on the t-shirt because obviously Mr. Wormwood is not very clever. I've never noticed things like that, and it's just really fun to notice. And I still love the fact that they've changed the way like the desks move at some point. Like the desks don't move in the London production, but on tour, especially in Bruce, they move about a bit. That's really fun. Oh my god, I'm just loving it. I love this show so much, and I'm really happy to be here tonight. It makes me very happy. I love the Birmingham Hippodrome. I think it's great, and yeah, just very happy to be here. Hello everyone, welcome back to the chassis section of the vlog. First of all, a little bit of housekeeping. We're going through a heat wave right now in the UK. It is about 30 degrees in my flat right now, and it's like 11 o'clock at night. I've waited all day to film thinking it'll get cooler, right? Nope. If I'm sweating, if you can hear noise outside because I've not closed all of the windows because I don't want to be in an oven right now, I apologise. But anyway, I went to see Matilda the musical at the Birmingham Hippodrome the other day, and as I mentioned, I'm sure a million times in this vlog already, I love Matilda the musical. It's one of my favourite musicals. I've seen it quite a few times now. This is the second time that I've seen the tour production. I saw the tour back in March, I believe, at the Leicester Curve Theatre, where it started the tour. I think it's just done a couple of venues in between then and now, but I was so excited to be invited along to see it in Birmingham. I've been really enjoying visiting the Birmingham Hippodrome recently. I've seen quite a few productions there, which is really exciting. It's one of the closer venues to London that's getting the really big touring productions at the moment, so if you're London based or in the area, that's probably going to be the venue that is like the easiest one to get to for you. I love it. I think it's great. It's a really, really nice venue. I was really looking forward to seeing the tour cast again, especially to see how they've developed in that time period. I haven't actually seen Matilda since I saw it on tour last as well, which is quite nice. And my friend Amy, who works at the Birmingham Hippodrome, let me know in advance that I was going to have a really good seat, so I was really excited. I didn't have a bad seat when I saw it at the Leicester Curve, but I was definitely a bit further back in the stalls. This time I was in the 4th row of the stalls, and it was an incredible view. So I'll just talk about the production as a whole for a moment. If you have no idea what Matilda the musical is about, it's obviously based off of the book by Roald Dahl and the subsequent film. Obviously they've made changes to the story a little bit to just make it adapt better for the stage, but I personally love what they've done with it, especially because there are little callbacks to especially the film. I grew up watching the film, so I know it very well. I won't mention them specifically because I think they're like nice moments to just see in the show, but I mean, kind of the biggest one that I feel like everyone knows about is the Bruce scene, the chocolate cake scene, which is just iconic. I love it. I think it's so clever the way they do some of the things on stage at Matilda. It's very kind of simple but magical moments, and it was really this visit that I thought about them. I think because I was once again quite close to the action. It's been a while since I've seen Matilda that close up, but there are so many things that they do in this show, and I know now after seeing it so many times how they do the magic bits. But I was talking to some other people that were at the press night and they'd never seen the show before. They were like, how are they doing that? That's amazing. And I was just like, oh yeah, this show is amazing in terms of what they do. And I think especially for kids and families coming to see the show, that's going to be something really magical to witness and something that will hopefully really hook them into seeing more theatre, because seeing something like that being done right in front of you, that is amazing. As I mentioned, I feel like being much closer this time around made me really appreciate the cast members a lot more. I always do. Like I'm always appreciative of the performers that are in shows, especially when we've got a heat wave going on, because that must be just unbearable for them, but they are troopers with it, honestly. I just really enjoyed seeing everyone up close, especially people like Rebecca Thornhill, who plays Mrs. Wormwood, because she was in the London production a few years back, so I have seen her before, but I just thought she was incredible, and I think it's so great that she's doing the tour, and especially when she was doing Loud, which is such an intense number to do anyway, with all the singing and dancing constantly, let alone in a heat wave. Oh, I was just like trying to throw all of my respect at her, because I was like, how are you surviving this? I spoke about him quite a lot in the previous Matilda vlog, but I have to say once again, Craig Else is just a fantastic Trunchbull. I'm obsessed with the way that he plays Miss Trunchbull. I think he is the best for me. I love watching him. God, he is just so good. And because I think he had all that time in London and now obviously he's doing it on the tour, he's really refined his Madam Trunchbull, Madam Morrible, his Miss Trunchbull. It's just amazing to watch. He can be really terrifying, but then also has the like comic nuances down. I love watching him in this. For our Matilda, we had Lara Cohen, and I thought she was amazing. I think, to be honest, all the Matildas that I've seen have been amazing, and I just cannot believe that they are so young and they managed to carry this entire show. I am mind blown every time I see Matilda by all of the kids, because they are so talented. It's unreal. It makes me feel a little bit sick, to be honest. Lara really stood out to me actually in some respects, because she was, and this sounds weird, I'm going to try and explain it, but she was kind of the saddest Matilda that I've seen, because of the story that Matilda is telling within the show, and also because of what she's going through as well, because her parents aren't nice to her. Most of the time I don't see Matildas getting as visibly upset, but again, maybe this is because I've not sat as close for a while, but she was really emotive in her face and getting like visibly upset at points that I don't think I've ever seen another Matilda get that upset. It really kind of choked me up, because Matilda has some really kind of serious issues packed into it, but because it's clouded in like a lot of fun most of the time, you just kind of don't really think about it. But in those moments, my heart was breaking for her. But as well, I thought she was so natural. She had a great singing voice. I was just really blown away by her. All the kids are amazing. Another member of the child cast that I really was so impressed by was Madeline Gilby as Lavender. It's such a funny character anyway, but I thought she had the comedy of this so perfect. At the start of Act 2, Lavender gets her own little moment where she's going to explain something she's going to do later on in the show. Oh my god, she was milking up the audience. It was so funny to watch. And again, these kids being so confident and performing in front of these audiences, especially in that moment for whoever's playing Lavender, because it's not completely dark in the auditorium yet, so she must be able to see everyone. How can you not be terrified? I am in awe. But yeah, she was hilarious. I was cracking up at her in a good way. not in a mean way, in a good way. I think me being closer to the action really helped in appreciating Sebastian Torquia as Mr. Wormwood, because oh my god, he is hilarious. The Wormwoods aren't nice people, but they have a lot of funny lines in this show, and yeah, his facial expressions especially, I was just cracking up. Like, he is such a good fit for this role, and I think he might be my favourite Mr. Wormwood. I'm really happy for Birmingham that they get to have Matilda the musical over the summer. As I've said, it's one of my personal favourites, so I hope that over the summer lots more people will get to fall in love with it, especially young children. And it was really heartwarming for me, and also a little bit emotional when I was leaving the theatre, just hearing so many people around me saying like, oh my god, that was amazing and I loved that, and I was crying. And even when I was in the station afterwards waiting for my train, I could hear people talking about the show and just how much they loved it. I got a bit emotional because I love theatre and I love hearing about other people talking about theatre and having loved it as well. I think that's really magical, knowing that a lot of people might be having their first theatre experiences over the summer. It just makes me emotional. I would really love to know if you've had the chance to see Matilda on tour or in London, or if you've got plans to see it on the UK tour, especially if you're going to see it at the Birmingham Hippodrome. Do let me know in those comments down below. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more of me in the future. I make a lot of theatre videos, so if that's something that you enjoy, you want to know more about, then do follow me. I'd love that. I hope you're all doing really well. I hope this heat wave isn't affecting you too badly. But yeah, I hope you're all well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!